Ottawa's Carleton University is getting a helping hand from faculty and a helping paw from dogs to help reduce stress on campus. The university launched a dog therapy program this fall, which it calls the first of its kind in Canada. The program separates itself from other dog therapy programs because of the staff behind it. This is Murphy. He and his owner, Ali Davidson, are one of the newest members of Carleton University's therapy dog program in Ottawa. It's not the most labor-intensive work, but meaningful, especially here at the university. Murphy is one of 7 dogs and 7 handlers who are working together to reduce stress on campus.
We have someone in the science center and we have someone in psychology, so it's actually giving more access to students in different areas of campus.
The program is run by Shannon Noonan and her dog Blue. Probably the most recognizable 4-legged friend on campus.
He's like a Zen creature.
Blue was Carleton University's first therapy dog and has been working with students on campus for over a year as part of a pilot project.
Would you like a card? Oh, sure. You can take the red
This
card
past fall, Carleton expanded its program beyond Blue and launched a campus-wide student mental health initiative.
The uniqueness is that it's the staff behind the dog, so that there is a knowledgeable staff member who knows Carleton, who can, support students through navigating resources or even just some general support through conversations.
6 out of the 7 dogs belong to faculty and staff, and over the summer, handlers and their dogs went through 6 weeks of training and a number of evaluations to be able to wear the red vest. Despite training, not all canines are cut out to be therapy dogs. It all boils down to their temperament.
Does he accept a hug from a stranger, which is something that some dogs don't feel comfortable with, having someone on top of them. And we are being evaluated as a handler and dog team. So it's not just looking at the dog, or it's not just looking at my dog handling skills. It's both of us together.
The dog training part was one element that we had, but we also went along to a sort of half-day sort of mental health type training as well. And so it allowed me to appreciate that a little bit more.
With a team of 7 therapy dogs, the program can meet students practically every day of the week, especially during midterms and exams. For the most part, the sessions are regular and posted weeks in advance.
This isn't a one-off event. This isn't something that's just going to happen every now and again. And it allows the students to either follow us on Instagram or follow the website and actually see that there's regular sessions, and they don't have to come to a one-off event where it might be very busy, but they can search out when the times are good for them.
I was actually going to say, because this, even at at the grad level,
You have stresses that go from little to big, and the everyday stressors add up. The fact that we do have the therapy dogs here pretty much available every single day of the week. Students can come and pet them to get away from those stressors.
The benefits of pet therapy have been well documented. Studies show that animal-assisted therapy can help reduce anxiety and stress.
When I started university here, it was more or less like the bad coping habits, like eating and just like playing video games a lot or surfing on the internet, when I could be taking care of my body better. And my body did suffer the consequences of that. I didn't feel great using those negative coping habits.
My dog used to do that. Yeah.
It has also been a place to meet new people on campus.
There's a surprisingly good community aspect to it as well. I ended up meeting a fair number of my friends through Blue because we're always going at the same time.
The staff members involved in the program work in a variety of departments across the university, some dealing directly with students like professors and some indirectly, like Ali.
I've always kind of felt like I've missed out a little bit. I see students on campus. I'm indirectly connected to them because I work with instructors and help them in designing their assignments that ultimately go down to the students. But this has been a way for me to be able to directly connect with students and feel like I'm giving back.
In past sessions, Noonan has had very open and personal conversations with students.
I've had a student come in who was very, very depressed, talking about thoughts of suicide. They talked about how they were very isolated and lonely, and they wanted to maybe talk to somebody about it, and so they didn't know how to go through those steps. but they showed up that day to my office hour because they found the dog, and they said, oh, that's something I could do. Maybe that I'll try.
Noonan hopes the program reduces the stigma of mental health and promotes a conversation on campus. The program is funded through donations, and she's hoping to get enough money to continue running next year. Noonan says pet therapy offers low-level support, a gap here on campus.
We need to have a lot more low-level resources in place in order to filter people up appropriately, and not everybody needs to see a counselor. It's not just the dogs. It's not that the dogs are the magic pill or that they are the solution to mental health struggles on campus, but they are a part of a larger picture, and the more low-level supports that we can put out that are drawing people into stuff like that, that's when you're going to have those moments and be able to, you know, pick them out, like literally pull them out of the river and be like, hey, and get them the help that they need.
The Agenda with Steve Bacon is brought to you by the Chartered Professional Accountants of Ontario, helping businesses stay on the right side of change with strategic thinking, insightful decisions, and business leadership. Are you on the right side of change? Ask an Ontario CPA.